Most people think blood sugar problems begin with one bad meal. But the truth is, the pattern may be building quietly for years before they finally notice it. And by the time they do notice, the fatigue after lunch, the constant cravings, the brain fog that makes afternoons feel impossible, the body has already been sending signals for a long time. Signals that most of us were never taught to recognize.
This area is critical. Notice the
Today we're going to talk about that gap, the space between what's happening inside your body and what most people are actually paying attention to. Because the real mistake isn't eating sugar. It's waiting until the problem becomes impossible to ignore. Here's something that doesn't get talked about enough. Blood sugar dysregulation rarely announces itself with dramatic symptoms right away. In the beginning, it whispers, "You feel a little more tired than usual after meals." You reach for something sweet around 3 in the afternoon, not because you're hungry, but because your brain is demanding fuel. You wake up not feeling rested. You feel a fog settling in around midday, and you just push through it, assuming it's normal. Most people do. Because we've been told that tiredness is stress, that cravings are weakness, that poor sleep is just part of modern life. But here's what most people miss. These symptoms often have a metabolic root, and the longer they go unaddressed, the more they pile up. Quietly, invisibly, until one day the numbers on a lab report make everything click into place. If this sounds familiar, I'd love to hear from you. Tell me in the comments where you're watching from, and whether you know someone who has gone through something like this. You might be surprised how many people are in the same situation. So what is actually happening inside the body during this quiet period? When you eat, especially foods high in refined carbohydrates or sugar, glucose enters the bloodstream. Your pancreas responds by releasing insulin, the hormone responsible for moving that glucose into your cells for energy. It's a beautifully designed system. When it works well, the whole process happens smoothly, and your energy stays relatively stable throughout the day. But when you're consistently sending large amounts of glucose into the bloodstream through frequent snacking, processed foods, or meals that spike glucose rapidly, the pancreas has to keep working harder. Over time, cells can start to become less responsive to insulin's signal. The system that was designed to protect you starts to strain. This is what we call insulin resistance, and it's at the center of what many researchers now refer to as modern metabolic dysfunction. Here's where it gets interesting. Modern metabolic confusion isn't just about eating too much sugar. It's a combination of things: ultra-processed foods designed to be hyperpalatable, misleading health labels, conflicting advice about what to eat, sedentary routines, disrupted sleep patterns, chronic low-grade stress. It's the environment most of us are living in every day without realizing how it's affecting us at the cellular level. The problem isn't a lack of willpower. The problem is a system that was never designed for this level of metabolic stress, and almost no one explaining what's actually happening beneath the surface. And that's the deeper mistake, not just the dietary choices. But the idea that blood sugar is only relevant when a doctor tells you to worry about it, that it's something to monitor only after a diagnosis, that the normal range of symptoms most people experience, the afternoon crash, the irritability before meals, the intense desire for something sweet after dinner, are just personality quirks, not metabolic signals. Glucose isn't just a number on a test. It's a real-time signal about how your body is processing energy, managing stress, and sustaining itself hour by hour. When that signal is consistently dysregulated, the effects ripple outward into energy, mood, focus, inflammation, sleep, and long-term health. But that's only part of the story, because understanding the problem is actually the first step toward doing something about it. The good news is that the body has remarkable capacity to respond when given the right support. Small, consistent habits, the kind of things that work with your body's natural rhythms instead of against them, can make a real difference over time. Things like prioritizing protein and fiber at meals to slow glucose absorption, taking a short walk after eating, getting consistent sleep, managing stress in ways that don't involve reaching for food. For some people, adding targeted nutritional support becomes part of that routine as well. Certain natural ingredients have been studied for their potential to support healthy glucose metabolism, compounds like berberine, cinnamon extract, chromium, and others that have been used for centuries and are now being explored through the lens of modern metabolic science. This is where something like glycoharmony may come in as part of a smarter routine. It was designed to support healthy blood sugar balance, using a blend of natural ingredients that may help the body maintain more stable glucose levels when combined with a healthy lifestyle. It's not a treatment, and it's not a replacement for medical care. But for those looking for additional support as part of an informed, proactive approach to metabolic health, it's an option worth understanding. Here's what I want you to take away from today's video. The blood sugar mistake most people make isn't a single choice. It's a pattern of not paying attention until the signals become too loud to ignore. You don't have to wait for that moment. Understanding what your body is telling you, learning how glucose actually works, and building habits that support metabolic balance, that's the kind of knowledge that can genuinely change the way you feel day to day. Start with awareness. Start with curiosity. And if you want to keep learning, this channel is here to help you understand the metabolic signals your body has been sending all along. If today's video helped you see blood sugar differently, check the first pinned comment to learn more about the support option mentioned here.